Alright, so here's another one. We've got a cosine and a cosine, so it looks like maybe it'd be factorable, or we cannot combine like terms though because of the 2x and the x. Cosine x and cosine 2x are not like terms. So we're going to have to use one of our trig identities, our double angle formula, because we have a cosine of 2u. So which one do we want to use? Well, we don't want to use this because this involves a sine. This will give us a sine and a cosine in one equation. We don't want that, so we're going to use this one. So I'm just going to substitute in, instead of cosine of 2x, I'm going to sub in 2 cosine squared x minus 1. So that gives me 3 times 2 cosine squared x minus 1, and then minus 5 cosine x equals 1. I'm going to subtract the 1 from both sides, so I have everything on one side. I'm also going to, at the same time, distribute this 3. Then I want to combine like terms and just get a regular polynomial looking equation. Looks like a quadratic just with cosines. So that gives us 6 cosine squared x minus 3 minus 5 cosine x minus 1 equals 0. Collecting our like terms, 6 cosine squared x. Remember that cosine squared x is really just cosine x squared. That's a, well, crazy thought bubble there. Minus 5 cosine. What is going on here? Minus 3 and minus 1 is a minus 4. 0. The reason I did this ridiculous looking bubble, rewrite it, it reminds me that this cosine squared is like, I can rewrite it like this. Alright, so those really stand for cosines. A is really a cosine x, but it's just simpler for me to look at this and factor it. So I factor that puppy. 3a. Could be a 1a and a 6a, but it's less likely. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. Now we're good, in case you were wondering. And then it could be a 1 and a 4, or a 2 and a 2 that multiply to give me a 4. So I think it's going to be a minus 4 and a positive 1. Alright, so we get a 3a and a negative 8a, and that would add up to negative 5a. And these, of course, multiply to negative 4. So now I'm going to rewrite this and sub back in my cosine. So I don't need this guy anymore. And I got 2 cosine of x plus 1 and 3 cosine x minus 4 equals 0. So I'm going to solve these one at a time. 2 cosine x plus 1 equals 0. I'll subtract 1. And divide by 2, it gives me cosine x equals negative 1/2. So then, looking at the unit circle, we're going to have the, where is cosine negative 1/2? Well, cosines are halves at the 60-degree bow tie here. We want negative cosine, so we want right here. Cosine's negative at these angles. So that would be 120 degrees, or 2/3 pi, and at 180 plus 60 degrees. So that's 240 degrees, or 3/3 plus 1/3 is 4/3 pi. Yikes. Alright, and then I go to solve this one, and we got 3 cosine x minus 4 equals 0. So add 4 to both sides, and I get 3 cosine x equals 4. And when I divide by 3, that gives me cosine x equals 4 over 3, which is not possible. So we get no more solutions or roots to that equation. So these are my only answers.